Eric, was it just the uniqueness, like you said, pregame, when you play a Jokic team that is just so different than anything else, or did you think it was something your team didn't do?
No, I mean, I think we did a lot of things to put ourselves in a position to have a chance to win it. We just didn't do those 3 or 4 more things that would have been necessary tonight because they are unique. It's not something you're seeing every single night, just in terms of the cutting and the passing and, a lot of those easy baskets that are just totally random off of, non-pick-and-roll basketball that this league has become. But I think, particularly in that fourth quarter, we gave up 2 cuts, then we gave up an offensive rebound off a very similar type thing when it was a possession game, and that took it to 7 twice. And at that point, we're scrambling to get back, to try to get even, and we were never able to get it even or take the lead. And that's what I really wanted to see us do in that fourth quarter, particularly in those last 6 minutes. I think if we could have gotten the lead somehow, our grit, our toughness, we would have found a way to get the job done. But you have to credit them. They're a well-coached team. They have some institutional knowledge of how they want to play, and if you make a mistake, they know how to capitalize against it.
So you talk about KPIs. I know it didn't work tonight, but how important has it been just to win the possession battle? And you look at the edge and field goal attempts. How important has that become for this team this season?
Yeah, that's one of the things. There are a couple things that the team has really bought into for the last couple months. One, that we can win games defensively, regardless of how we're shooting. We have these elite competitors. As long as we can keep this into a possession game, we can win a lot of games, going down the stretch, and we have closers as well. The second thing, really since November, was taking care of the ball. I think we were averaging about 16 turnovers at the time. We really needed to shave that by 2.5, 3 a game, and the guys have taken that to heart. And for the last 2 months, for the most part, we usually do outshoot teams and win the possession game. So those are big keys, to our success. And as we get healthier, we'll get the other parts of our game rounded out, and hopefully that'll lead to some really good things.
I guess 99% of the time we're used to there being a very specific coverage for the best player or the second best player on the other team. Have you ever felt like you've had a comfortable coverage that you can settle into with you?
No. It probably makes it even more challenging that you only face them twice a year. And then you're trying to put in a game plan either on a shoot-around or like today in a walkthrough. And if you face them multiple games in a row, you would have to come up with some guidelines. But it is, certainly unique. It's not just 60 pick and rolls, that you're typically seeing. It's a lot of the post, a lot of the high post, a lot of in just random situations where now they have a great synchronicity of when to cut, when to open up something for somebody else. But you can see why they're highly motivated to move without the ball. You end up getting easy baskets, and that can make a lot of people move and burn some calories.
I suppose it seems like obviously the offensive base has to be a little bit different when you don't have Tyler and a lot of these guards. It forces you into different things. I guess what did you like about the specific of just the way you guys ran offense in the second half?
I think without Tyler, we were still able to get a lot of really good actions with Bam. And Tyler and Bam have the, that great synergy between the two of them, and that was on my radar, thinking like, okay, can we still get the ball to Bam where he can operate and do it efficiently enough throughout the course of the game? And I thought, the Jimmy Bam, two-man actions were outstanding tonight. Gabe was really good, creating some triggers for us. And I thought 𝘬𝘭𝘈 had some moments tonight where he also, was able to get into the paint and make some plays, for us. And Max tried to fill in, in some of those handoffs and stuff. So he was able to get the ball back, to Bam a few times. And those were all definitely good signs that we're not so reliant on just that two-man between Tyler and Bam, that other guys can do it as well.
Eric, he had won back-to-back MVPs, and then they get Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray back. And so the conventional wisdom was that his numbers would drop. Not that stats tell the whole story with him, but his numbers haven't dropped, and he's got those two guys with him. How is this just continued evolution? Is he actually still getting better, like as scary as that
Probably.
prospect might be?
Yeah, I would assume that he probably is getting better. I don't know enough of their, nuances, to know exactly where, but already he's probably seen every kind of coverage, in the post and all the different ways to defend the cuts. And they do a great job of just putting him all over the court. And so if you take away the post-ups, which we're pretty good at doing that, you put them up at the top. If we disrupt that, they get to pick and rolls and then play out of them, throw it back to them on those. Also, the mid-post flashes where we get Bam. So they're going to find a way to get him the ball, somewhere, somehow. And then he just plays the game. He's just reading the defense. He's not predetermining anything, whether he needs to get a bucket or a pass. He's just reading where the mistake is, and he does that probably as well as anybody. Okay, thank you.